Hi, I'm Damien from Slotcar. Here at the corner of my track here, at the end of this long straight, and on the opposite corner, after our second longest straight, we've got two spots where cars occasionally de-slot and hit the wall pretty hard. This is solid acrylic and it's a pretty hard hit, and in the interest of trying to save cars a little bit when this happens, I'm going to make some tyre barriers for both of these places. So what happens, car comes down, get your braking wrong, de-slot and hit the wall. Like I say, it's a pretty hard hit, and I want to have a look at what we can do to solve the problem, make it a bit easier on the cars. Here you can see I've stacked up two tyre walls. Now these are simply made from old slot car tyres. These are tyres that I've replaced with better tyres on various cars. And a lot of people out there have probably got bins full of tyres they've taken off cars when they put on urethane tyres or various other upgrade tyres. What I've done is I've made sure that the tyres that have Goodyear, Michelin, Bridgestone, Pirelli logos are on the top, which makes it look a little more realistic and a little more like a real tyre wall. So I've actually got two lengths here which will be sufficient to catch the cars at both of the points in the track where they're required. Now what I've done to hold the tyres together is I've got my kids' Nerf gun darts. I just grabbed a few without them looking and I've cut them up and I've placed those in the tyres so that it will keep them stacked up on top of each other nicely. So here's my foam that I'm going to cut into strips to mount the tyres on. Now I just wanted to show you, this is the foam, the Nerf gun darts that I used, chopped up to put inside the tyres. Now if you've got kids, you've probably got about 1,000 of these lying around your lounge and your kids will never miss them, so perfect thing to use. So I've marked the foam here to just narrower than what the tyre wall will be, and I'm going to use a steel ruler and a craft knife just to cut some strips out of this foam. So here's my foam strip to mount the tyres to. The reason I'm using this foam strip is because I've got a carpet on my track, and once I cut a groove in the carpet or a notch out of the carpet for that foam strip to go into, it'll just give me a little bit more height without having to use another row of tyres. I've decided to do this with Zap Glue, which is a glue that I use mainly for putting rear wings on cars that have come off in an accident. So the first thing I'll do is I'll put a little bit between the two tyres, to keep them together, and then I'll use some on the base of the tyre to stick it down to the foam. Just like that. It's going to take a while, so I'll come back to you at the end. Well, there it is in place, ready for some crash testing. And on the other end of the track we have the other tyre wall. So here I am, controller in hand, super fast test car. Let's do some crashing. Well, great to have an excuse to drive cars and crash them on purpose. Great to see them in slow motion, see exactly what happens when they hit the tyre wall. Interestingly, I was driving these into the wall pretty hard and they were bouncing back onto the track. At normal racing speeds, this isn't so much of a problem. They tend to spin and hit the wall sideways, and they don't bounce back and get in the way of another car. The tyre wall was a lot of fun to make, used up a lot of tyres that I would have otherwise had nothing to do with. A lot of fun, adds some good visual appeal to the track. If you do have a bunch of tyres that you want to use, you want to make this, good luck. It's a great project. Thank you very much for watching.